Hello everyone, we're back again with another unboxing. Today we've got Hyakkimaru from Dororo. If you haven't checked out that anime, please definitely go do that. Let me zoom out here just a little bit. There we go, that's a bit better. Definitely check out Dororo because it's such a good anime. I don't hear nearly enough people talking about it. It's like a remake of a real old classic. I didn't watch the original, but this came along and oh my god, its opening is fire. It's literally fire. That's like literally what they're saying the whole time. It's just so good. It's an amazing anime. It's an amazing opening, and if you haven't seen it, it's kind of like Shadow of the Colossus. You know, he's just kind of going around defeating bosses to essentially regain his body. So if you can see here, his arm is a sword and his legs and stuff don't look real. That's because all his limbs were taken away by demons. So he's going around slaying them to get his body back, essentially. And it's a really good anime. So definitely check it out. I was actually gonna film a Mikasa from Attack on Titan video today, and I got through the intro. I gave my whole spiel about what has been happening in my life. So to quickly sum what I said in that video is I've gotten the shelves that I wanted, the right size this time. We built them together, but then didn't want to put them up on the walls just because, you know, we're not experts at it, and if everything collapses, destroying my consoles and my TV and all my figures, that'd really suck. So we're gonna hire someone instead. We're waiting back on quotes to see what happens. But yeah, I was gonna film a Mikasa video, so I opened it up and her neck was snapped. Not ideal. And I know they do include an extra neck part, but half of her neck is still in the bit of the Nendoroid neck thing, you know, in her head. And I don't want to deal with that, so I'm gonna email Ami and hopefully they'll be cool with it, swapping it over for another one. But let's see, what do we have here? Nothing too special. He seems to have a longer arm bit that goes on the stand, so he can get that on easier. Alright, what the heck is this? What is this giant dent? Oh, it's for him, I guess. Okay, so we've got our own little stand over there, the arm bit. It's got its own hole now. We've got the base and the extra neck bit. A couple of legs. I believe this is a shoulder bit. Some hand parts. Alright, let's crack the figure open. Actually, this one I got from Solaris Japan, because I had some credit with them. I actually had an issue with a Saber Alta, the original Saber Alta. Does this have tape somewhere? It feels like it does. Oh god, it's just really tight. The super movable edition of Saber Alta, I had some problems with that. Like the box came in and it was a complete mess. So I let them know and they said, yeah, we'll give you the credits for it, and then you can do whatever you want. But I think some random dude on eBay was selling it cheaper, and so I bought it from him, and then he freaking didn't reply for ages, which was really annoying. And then like a month had passed and it was like, hey dude, where's my figure? You're not replying to any of my messages. But I had bought from him before and he had done the same stuff. This hair part comes out, which is nice. He'd done the same stuff as well then, but I figured, yeah, he'll get me my figure eventually. So I had his number as well, so I called him up and he didn't answer, but then he replied in SMS and was like, oh, sorry man, I've been super busy with work, like as if. And again, he said he'd meet up with me that week and that didn't happen, so I told eBay, they got me the money back. And then I figured, oh, I'll find the figure eventually, and then I got it on Ami. There we go. Recently, it was actually on its way shipping, got to the handling office, and then was sent back to Ami, because all SAL parcels, SAL, whatever that one is, it's the cheapest option from to go into Australia at least. So I always pick that option because I don't mind waiting if it's like $10 cheaper. Oh god, you have a lot of parts that just fell out. So that actually sent back to their office because apparently they're not sending any SAL parcels out of Japan. So if you're planning on buying from Ami, pick anything but SAL parcels. Or else you're going to get your figure sent back. So now Saber Alta, as well as everything else from that order, have been sent back. Man, Hyakkimaru, why do you have so many bits of plastic in you? Jeez, are you like recycling your clothing or something? Like, I mean, I know you don't really have money, but geez, talk about a little extra. So yeah, that's gonna go back to Ami, and then they said they'll let me know if I can ship it with my current pre-orders for this month. Because I believe it was Hitsugaya, Gilgamesh, his third ascension, or something like that. The Gilgamesh that's coming out soon. And Haru that are supposed to ship in that order. So I'll try and just ship them all together. Alright, that took a while. Oh boy, I just realized I was holding my hand there. Whoops. You might not have seen any of that. Let's zoom out just in case I do that again. Alright, so he's got a cape. And he is very dark and mysterious. With his dead eyes. Which capture his character pretty well. When did he use this cape? Was that like in the very first episode and then he never used it again? I'm pretty sure it was. Now what was that? Why does this do that? There we go. Here we go. It's helicopter Hyakkimaru. Now taken off. Okay. I'm sure I'll figure out the exact way to position that normally later. But very nice. Captures his character very well. I feel like some of the older ones, they're okay. They do a good job at like portraying the characters, but I feel like the newer ones definitely have a lot more details and accuracy that it really feels like the character, if you know what I mean. Let's get you back in the box there, buddy. Alright, what else do we have here? Alright. Here is his deadpan expression holding his arm in his mouth. Because they're blades. Heck yeah. Super cool. And if you watch the anime, his arms are prosthetics and he's got sword blades underneath, so he just pulls off his arm and then he's got a sword. That's a very cool thing. Alright. And then we have his screaming, shouting expression for when he's attacking. Got another thing for some reason. I think this is more floaty at the back, like it's raised that way. I'll figure out what that's for later. Oop. And then might as well take this off now because I'm going to use it in poses anyway. Goodbye, plastic. Alright, and then we've got his sword arm blade things. And then an actual katana. Does this open up, I wonder? Nope, doesn't feel like it. I guess that just, I think it goes on the back of his back. Oh. We'll figure that out later. Alright, but that's going to do it for what's in the box. Let's get on to some poses. Okay, so here is our first pose for Hyakkimaru. So his hair is kind of just up. I guess I do recognize it from the anime. I think he did it once or twice maybe. But he does have like a shadow to his face when he does it, and it's on the box as well. But obviously that's not how real life works. So it just kind of looks a bit strange with that much lighting. He's just like, hey, it's me, Hyakkimaru. I'm going Super Saiyan. Also, one thing to note is his arms are the jointed kind. And not the good jointed kind, that kind of jointed kind. Which does show, unless you've got it kind of hidden away or off to the side like that, then you can't see it. But that's okay. we'll figure it out. I'm sure I can manage to hide that when I pose him for my final shot. Also, someone said thanks for my review of the Naruto Nendoroid, so it got me thinking maybe I'll start doing these as a review. I might give these guys like a final score once I end the video, so let's see how that goes. So this is now a review slash unboxing channel. Perfect. Alright, let's get your hair back and ready for the next pose, which we will go into now. Alright, here is our next pose for Hyakkimaru. He's kind of walking towards the camera, I guess, or whatever demon there is to slay. He's pulled off one of his arms to reveal his sword blade thingy arm prosthetic. And he's got his hair to the right this time instead of the left. This, again, does look good, but I think it could use that like shadow effect, which is kind of hard to recreate in real life under lighting conditions. Sorry, good smile. I don't have Photoshop readily available in real life. But yeah, very nice pose. Also, one thing I did notice is his legs are actually different. So there's a prosthetic leg here, as well as a regular flesh leg here, which is pretty cool. Very nice little touch, adding in a little depth. I guess you could argue that both of his hands as well are probably human, if I can get it to focus. There we go. You can say that's human without raising too many eyebrows. But it is definitely bothering me, this arm joint thing, because it's very noticeable, especially from the side. And obviously you got your shelvings arranged and you're obviously going to move from side to side, so you're going to notice it. So yeah, when I'm giving my review score, I might take a point or two off for that one. But yeah, nice pose, I guess, as long as you're willing to put up with jointy boy here. I guess you could say it's canonically correct, because technically he'd need to move his prosthetics somehow. I can't remember where they were attached. I'm pretty sure it was just an entire arm, like his whole arm was a prosthetic, but who knows. Anyway, let's move on to the next pose. Alright, so next pose here we have Hyakkimaru dashing off to the side at a bit of an angle. He should be at an angle when you display him, kind of like that. So he's going off to the side, attacking someone from a bit of an aerial kind of swoop in. Hyakkimaru to the rescue. Not really, because he's just going to kill some demons. Unless you're Dororo, then he'll come save you. But yeah, so this is using the bent legs. Also, for anyone who cares, he's wearing that like sumo underpants. And then this is what the other bottom half is for. The more floaty look is for when he's jumping into action. I guess you could have it both ways if you wanted, kind of like that. Actually, this might look a bit better if I had the legs right. So yeah, I guess you can be pretty dynamic with this figure and kind of do what you want. But these joints are bothering me like crazy, because usually I'll try have my figures face forward. So if I was having him at like at going like this, I'd rather have him looking forward or at maybe a bit of an angle. But even then, you'd still be able to see that little joint, which bothers me to all hell. Stop doing that, good smile. Find a different solution. I don't know, make real skin on your figures and give them real bones so they can move like humans and be the perfect replica of everything. But yeah, that's really gonna do it for that pose. Guess you can have them like that. You can do a cool spinning blade, spinning top thing. Look, he's a Beyblade now. Let it rip. But yeah, that's gonna do it for that pose. Also, one weird thing I noticed while posing this one up is there's nothing on the box for. Let's put him down. There's nothing on the box for when he's got his sword out, like his just his regular sword. So I don't know. I guess they intended you to figure it out yourself. See, nothing with regular sword. I mean, other than it being behind him. But even then, like, there are hands for him. I think these hands hold it. Wait, do these hands hold it? No, they don't. These are just closed fists. Oh, okay. I thought he would have held his sword. Okay. Fair enough. Guess he can't hold the sword. It's purely for display. Well, I guess we'll put it on his back for this final pose. Yeah, also I think I'll stick to the top 3 poses from now on, just to make these videos shorter. Plus, I think I've rambled too much about my plans and stuff, so this video's probably gone long enough. So let's get on to that last pose. Alright, here is our final pose for Hyakkimaru, and I think this one definitely looks the best in my opinion, and feels the most like him. The kind of vibe he gave off at first was someone who's like cool, calm, and collected, but as you got to know him, he was more of a lost character that didn't really know what he was doing in life other than chasing after his body. He was just kind of a bit of a vagabond, kind of wandering, hence the cape on this pose originally, but I took the cape off just because I think it covers up a bit too much of his body, and just as well as the sword in the arm, and it's okay with the cape, but I think it looks a lot better without. Also, the hair just is like perfect in that position. That just screams Hyakkimaru to me. Also, we got it on the box, like right over there, so we can compare what he looks like with the cape. Also, the cape doesn't allow his head to move all that much, which is a bit of a shame, as well as it's kind of in an awkward position. Like, I think the hole should have been a little higher up on the cape, so you can push it down to his body a bit more. That'll allow his head to move up and down, rather than just side to side. But yeah, so that's gonna do it for this one. Let's get on to, actually, yeah, let's get on to the review portion. So I'll do it out of 10. We'll take a point off for jointed arms, which kind of suck. We'll take another point off just because, what was it? What was the other thing that I had problems with? I guess the cape. The cape's not fantastic, and it's not really that easy to pose him. So we'll take off a point for that, and we'll take one final point off because I think there's a lot of breakable bits here. So his little hair tufts at the back here, I feel like those could snap off like crazy easily. If you just held him wrong, you could just snap it off like that. Also, his sword arms feel crazy fragile. Please do be careful if you are getting Hyakkimaru, because yeah, those sword bits feel like they will snap like a twig. So we'll take another point off for that. But overall, I'm really glad that they've made a Hyakkimaru Nendoroid. It's not one I think would have gotten one normally, but hey, here he is. And they did an astounding job on the detail and quality of his figure. Like his deadpan eyes are just, they're perfect, as well as like just the little bits where you can see his second eye under his hair. It just works really well, especially from that like previous pose with him going in from an angle from up above. It works really well. It shows off just the right amount of detail, which is perfect. So I think they nailed that. Only flaws are breakable bits and the other stuff. So we'll leave it at that. We'll give him a 7 out of 10, which is a pretty decent score. Let me know if you've got Hyakkimaru yourself. What did you think of him? And did you manage to find like an arm pose? I'm sure they'd sell like a second arm. That's not the arm, that's the arm. Like a hand, a custom hand. Someone's probably made one where he can hold his sword, or you'd probably take it off an existing Nendoroid. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below. Did you get Hyakkimaru? Have you already got Hyakkimaru? Are you thinking of getting Hyakkimaru? And have you watched Dororo? If you haven't, what are you doing? Go watch Dororo. It's a fantastic anime. Or at least go watch the opening, because that thing is fire. But yeah, that's going to do it for me for today. What's tomorrow's video going to be? I might go back to some Fate stuff. I've got Tamamo lying around. Who else is on that couch? I've got Hattori Heiji from Conan. Might do him. We've got Sakura Miku, the whole gang from Hanagai, which I might save for a later date. But if any of those interest you, let me know in the comments down below. I'll probably prioritize those ones in that case. Oh, and there's Elizabeth Belteroy, the idol singing one from Fate Grand Order as well. So yeah, let me know in the comments down below which one you prefer as well. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see some more Nendoroid content. I believe sharing does help, so share it with your friends and family and people who are into anime and Nendoroids, because it really does help me out. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. I will catch you guys in the next video tomorrow. Alright, see ya!